Hey guys, welcome back to another deck profile. I'm here with Frodo, and he's going to be showing us his Infernoid deck. So, take it away.
Alright, first things first, get that thing out of here. Let's get started. So, a little thing on Infernoids is they can't be normal summoned, and they can only be special summoned while the current level / rank and/or rank is 8 or less. So, without further ado, like DJ Proponer said, let's get started. We got double Onuncu. This is before Cross Souls, by the way, so if you're looking at it like post-Cross Souls, this isn't what I would do. So, Onuncu, what he does, you have to banish 3 from the hand and/or graveyard to special summon it. You have to banish other Infernoids. That's pretty much with all of them, but like different numbers of them. So what he does is you can destroy all other monsters on the field, and if your opponent activates a spell and/or trap, you contribute a monster to negate and banish it. Next up, we got triple Infernoid Attondel. I like this card. He's I would say he's a standard for now. You have to banish 2 from either your hand or graveyard Infernoids while, you know, meeting the standard. Usually during battle, when you destroy your opponent's monster and it's sent to the graveyard, he can attack again. So that's really good when you push for game. Another thing with Infernoids, before I get to the next monster, during either player's turn, you can tribute a monster to banish a card in either player's graveyard. Anyway, next. 3, Infernoid Seitsemas. This guy, you also have to banish 2. After you attack, if this card attacked at the end of the battle phase, you can banish a card on the field. Next. I don't really go into this guy a lot, but he's there if I actually need it. But 2, Infernoid Piaty. The reason I don't go into this is because he has the same requirement as the other big ones aside from Onuncu. You have to banish 2 for some 2200 beat stick, which isn't that great when I can go into Seitsemas or Attondel. But if I were to inflict battle damage, you would have to discard a card. Your opponent would have to discard a card. Alright, next to the little guys. The small ones, you can only banish 1, and you can only summon it from your hand. So, 3, Infernoid Patrulea. This is the one, this is pretty much your MST. You can target a set, it doesn't have to be set. You could target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. However, when you do it, you can't attack with this card. So, keep in mind, but usually it's useful. We got triple Infernoid Harmadik. He is a level 3, as you can see. Once per turn, you can destroy a monster, and again, can attack. The little ones can only tribute themselves from during your opponent's turn to, well, not themselves, by tributing a monster to banish something in your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard. And finally, triple Infernoid Antra. This is your 2000 defense compulsory evacuation device. You banish 1, special summon it. Hopefully you're doing it in defense mode, because if you're not, like, why? You would bounce usually a tough thing back to the hand. It doesn't even have to be a monster. It could be any card. So, like, say some continuous piece of crap card that can get annoying. I don't have one off the top of my head. Like, yeah, Kaiser Coliseum, but no one uses that anymore. But
I do.
Those guys are scrubs. But anyway, anywho, now on to the next part of the Infernoid deck. We have a mini Lightsworn engine. We got 1 Raiden. He is a tuner, like, just for any synchro plays that I might want to do, but overall he's a great mill 4, and if I happen to mill another Lightsworn, he gets a 200 attack boost, which is okay. I got double Lyla, Lightsworn Sorceress, acts as another MST, and like that's something you can normal summon and search off of Charge of the Light Brigade. But we'll get into that a little later. We got double Card Trooper, because milling for more mill power, mill 3 usually, to build up your graveyard, and when it gets destroyed, you draw a card. It's not a bad effect. Alright, now into the tech part of my deck. I chose these cards because one, trap cards can get annoying, and two, I can use it for tribute fodder. So first things first, we got Jinzo. Jinzo is really helpful for me in this deck. Not only is it a normal summon, but no one will be expecting a level like this for when you activate Reasoning, which we'll get onto later in the deck. Not to mention, it can really stop your opponent from using Imperial Iron Wall or like just anything, like even a Macros Cosmos.
And Vanities.
And Vanities. That, god damn that card. This deck. Anyway, next, Dandelion. I know some of you might be questioning, why the hell are you running this, you scrub? Why Dandelion? Well, the thing is, with Reasoning, and they happen to call the right level, and it's Dandelion, you get 2 tokens. They're just Pokemon cards. And I don't really care what my opponent calls in terms of the level, as long as it's a good mill. I can use it for a synchro play, or I can just use it for tribute fodder for my Infernoids. Onto the spells. Triple Reasoning, standard. They call a level, right or wrong. You usually don't care, as long as it's a good mill. And the 1 Monster Gate. This is even better, because they can't call a level, and you can get to a monster that can be normal summoned to special summon. All Infernoids can't be normal summoned, so you'll usually go through a nice amount of your deck, unless, like, you know, you're very unfortunate. Double Void Seet. This is your Forbidden Lance, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And like when it's in the graveyard, if an Infernoid monsters would be destroyed, you can banish this, and they would be safe. Double Charge of the Light Brigade. Ban list put it back at 2, so I'm going to use 2. More mill power, search off a Lightsworn, and mill even more. Double MST. I may be subbing these for...
Why not triple, you scrub?
Anyway, ignoring that comment, I may be subbing these for the Galaxy Cyclone that'll be coming off, because if I mill both of my MSTs, or like a triple MST, like someone over there said, it's really unfortunate, but Galaxy Cyclone would still be live. If you want to know what Galaxy Cyclone is, look it up. And for the comment in the background, I don't use 3 because sometimes it's a dead card, and I really wouldn't need it. Last but not least, a Burial from a Different Dimension. Really comes in handy. I can return 3 of my banished cards to the graveyard. I'm trying to find some more room for a Miracle Dig, etc., but it's not working out just yet. The last thing I have is triple Phantom Knight Shadow Veil. This is another tech card. This is great if you mill it, because say they happen to Regeki or Dark Hole your field, or even Mirror Force. God, I hate Mirror Force. So when it's their turn and they try to swing for game, you can just special summon these from your graveyard as level 4 normal monsters. So that doesn't like affect your conditions for when you summon Infernoids. I don't own a Needlebug's Nest, and I don't own a Fiend's Comedian. So if I get my hands on some of those, I'll most likely be doing some changing. Anyway, on to the extra deck. This deck doesn't really rely on the extra deck as much, but it's nice to have. So we'll start with some synchros. We got 1 Scrap Dragon. It's really nice. Pops a card. It could destroy itself. It's a level 8. Pretty good. Not going to really go into much explanation for my extra deck, because they're just standard. Black Rose Dragon. Stardust Dragon. Fault Ruler Archfiend. Scrap Archfiend. It's not an effect monster, so I can just keep going for my win condition with Infernoids. I can just keep pushing. And Gaiaforce of Earth. That's all my synchros. For XCs, I got Nightmare Shark. I can just detach an Xyz material and attack directly. I got Card Trooper, I got Dandelion, and when I detach with Dandelion, I still get my tokens, so that's great too. Gem Knight Pearl, not an effect monster, I can keep going. Dark Rebellion Xyz, love this card, absolutely fantastic. Like, I can get over huge monsters, and the least my opponent will be taking is 2,500. And the attack change is permanent, so it's even better. Mecha Phantom Beast Draccosack. I would like to throw in a Big Eye here along with Draccosack, but no one is gonna give me a big eye. So right now I'll just go with Draccosack. I can use it as I can use its effect for more tokens, more tribute fodder. Everyone's happy. Well, I'm happy at least, and that's what matters. Heliopolis, Sun Dragon of the that thing.
Overlook Sun Dragon.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I can discard my Infernoids and even Phantomite Shadow Veil, and destroy any amount of cards on the field to what I discarded, and Tachyon.
Alright guys, there you have it. That's his Infernoid profile. If there's anything you'd like to say about it, leave it in the comments. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to see more content as such, and see you next time.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, you like my...
No!
Okay.
Oh.